All right, so I'm here with Josh Gardner from the Film Lab here in Hamtramck. Josh, thank you so much for being a part of the show today. And I'm just so excited to be here at the Film Lab. Tell us about this place. What is this place?
Yeah, the Film Lab is a bar and micro cinema here in Hamtramck where we show the best in contemporary and classic world cinema. You can come and you can have a drink. We have popcorn. We have a lot of food pop-ups, so you can come, hang out with your friends, have a drink, watch a movie, and have a good time.
Describe, you said it's a micro cinema. What can people expect as opposed to like a multiplex that they would go see like a Marvel movie?
Yeah, it's a little bit more of an intimate and cozy experience here. We have tables, everyone has a table, so you can put your drinks and popcorn on there, and it's a little more social. You can sit with your friends. So yeah, it's a more unique experience here.
Tell me a little bit about how you guys came here. I know that you guys are new. I mean, you guys have only been around a month or so as we talk right now. What brought you to Detroit, and what kind of gap is the Film Lab filling in here in this area?
Yeah, I've been in Detroit about 3 years, and I noticed there was a real lack of just movie theaters in the city of Detroit, and that there was a real space for foreign and independent cinema here that I was missing. So I'm a programmer back in Washington, D.C., and so I thought I could continue what I was doing there and find a new home for it here. So I was doing pop-up cinemas around the place, but I met with my co-founder Laura, and we really decided we wanted to have a brick and mortar space where we could really showcase all the great film that's coming out and have a home where we could build a community around. And when we found this building and we saw the community in Hamtramck, we thought this was really the best place for us to be.
For a lot of people, they hear international or foreign films. A lot of people just instantly feel like, oh, that's for, you know, an elite crowd. Are these accessible films? Like, what would you tell somebody who's like not normally going to these kind of programs that should be maybe opening their eyes, expanding their mind a little bit, and kind of allowing these in?
Yeah, we have a huge diversity in programming, so I really think we have something for everyone. Okay. We have things ranging from cult films from Australia, kung fu, karate movies, martial arts, and then every Sunday we do Bloody Sunday, which is a horror film where you can come and have Bloody Marys, mimosas, watch kind of a really fun horror movie, and we have food pop-ups as well. So not everything is so fine art oriented.
Sure.
We do a lot of really fun programming, and then people, if they want, they can take a chance on some of the more experimental or the slower art cinema. So we really have something for everyone.
Talk a little bit too about just how different it is here. You know, when you come to the Film Lab, you can not only watch a movie, but you mentioned the bar and the food. Describe the atmosphere for a normal film that shows here.
Yeah, we try and really create a full experience when you come to the movies. So when you walk in, we have music videos play that theme along with the country from the film. So if you come to see a Spanish movie, you're seeing really fun Spanish music videos. Cool. And we try and do themed cocktails. We've had like a Spanish wine tasting, as well as pop-ups, a paella, keeping with the Spanish theme. But we try and do that to kind of create a full experience when you come to the movie. So it's not just a movie, you're getting kind of the full experience.
The Film Lab, again, is in Hamtramck. How do people find it, though? How do people find out what's playing here, what's coming here? How do they get involved with the Film Lab community?
Yeah, well, we're open 4 days a week right now, Thursday through Sunday, showing at least 2 to 3 movies a day. And you can find all that information on our website at thefilmlab.org, as well as our Instagram and Facebook has really robust examples of what you can see here on a weekly basis. And that's the best place for people to look.
Tell me something a little bit about you, so people get to know you on a personal level. Tell me something that you love about what you get to do and your role as a film programmer.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really special job, a film programmer, and it's really great to be able to bring people together over movies, and it's something that I think unites a lot of people, and especially we're doing a lot of international cinema and working with the diverse communities here in Detroit, so it's really kind of an honor to be able to bring people together over art and to people learn about different cultures and experiences around the world. So I find that to be a really rewarding experience in choosing the films and thinking what people will respond to and kind of favorites and cult classics that people really want to see up on the big screen with an audience, as well as exposing people to new films that could be cult classics in the future.
And if you're anything like me, part of the love of film is the ability to discuss it with people afterward. You know, you've seen a good film or a bad film or a film that affects you in a certain way, and you are able to talk about it. What's been the reaction with some of the people that you've kind of seen, you know, come to the Film Lab? Talk about that experience of like kind of dissecting a film after you've experienced it with them.
Yeah, since we're set up a little bit differently, we're not all just in rows facing the movie screen. We're kind of set up more where people can face each other. So that really creates more of a social experience. And also we don't have movies back to back to back. So as soon as the movie ends, you can still kind of sit and digest, finish your drinks, get another drink, and really talk to your friends about the experience. So I think that's something that's special here. And that's what we were trying to create, a really social environment where people can discuss with their friends or neighbors that they're sitting next to about the things that they've just seen and digest them.
I see you have a disco ball hanging above this area. Are you a big dancer? Do you put on a performance or anything before or after shows?
I haven't yet, but never say never.
Oh, never say never. Okay, there you go. Come to the Film Lab and watch Josh, his dancing performance. Thanks again. We're also going to take a look around with Laura, who's the co-founder of the Film Lab. We're going to look at what you guys have kind of planned here and take a walk around. But I really appreciate you being on the show, man.
Yeah, thanks so much.
All right. So now I'm talking with Laura Spire, who is the co-founder, along with Josh, of the Film Lab. And we're in the Film Lab right now as we speak, but I know that this is an existing building, of course, and it's beautiful in here. But why don't you tell me just a bit about the history?
Sure. Yeah, this building was originally Polish League of American Veterans Club. It's about a 100-year-old building, and we kind of just fell in love with how gorgeous it was. And anything that was in here that we felt like was worth keeping, we did, and we just kind of like polished it and loved it and cleaned it up as much as we could, you know.
Cool.
So all of this wood paneling, which is super unique and kind of quirky, we just loved it, and we just tried to accentuate it.
Sure.
Cleaned it up, stained it, put, you know, a lot of effort into the lighting to sort of like highlight, you know. And then this beautiful marble bar we have, that was here.
Okay.
Yeah, basically anything else that we could keep, like, those mirrors in the back, we love those, and it says PLAV still on it.
Oh, wow.
And we get a lot of people coming in here from Hamtramck locals who were here 50 years ago, and they're like, wow, you did great, you know, keeping the space. And so that's really fun, you know, because we feel like it's tying us in with, you know, Hamtramck locals.
Was there a vibe when you guys were designing the interior and trying to keep all these little, you know, accentuations? Was there anything like a style or a word that you guys kept going back to as far as like what you were trying to do with the look of it all?
Oh yeah, I mean, so I don't think that we had that like concrete of an idea originally. I think that this space really inspired the idea of, we were into the Art Deco thing, but that's because this building was built in 1925. And then also because it was sort of redone, we think in the 60s-ish. So we're going with the sort of Art Deco thing, but we feel like it's Art Deco with a sense of humor. Like the 60s adds a little bit of like a lighter sensibility. It's kind of funny. You can't take it too seriously, you know.
Now, the other thing too is people think of a movie theater and they think of stadium seating and things like that. We're in the actual area, the viewing area right now, where we see the screen behind us, and this is where people watch the movie.
Yes. So this is what we call a micro cinema. Okay. So the micro cinema is within the bar itself, and we show 2 movies a night. But so there's some space a couple hours before, a couple hours after each movie where you can sit around and have a great cocktail and hang out with your friends. We usually have food pop-ups, so there's time to get food and sit and chill with that. And then when the movie starts, we take all the lights down, and people get a lot more quiet, but it never stops being a social space where like we're still serving drinks, and people are, you know, getting up and doing whatever they need to do, but it becomes much more about the movie at that point.
Sure.
So it kind of goes back and forth. That's what I think the micro cinema, that's the best way to explain it.
Okay, great. Yeah. So now we're kind of in the upstairs area. This is an area of the Film Lab that isn't yet open, but this is kind of where the dream making is happening. Like any good laboratory, this is where things are kind of coming together, right?
Really? Yeah, these are our expansion plans. Maybe that's the way to put it. So this is going to be, in addition to the micro cinema, we're going to have a 2-theater space up here. So it'll be more like the traditional movie theater vibe with like 2 actual rooms that have, you know, the stadium seating and all
Right.
that stuff. And what we're doing to make it a little bit more fun is that we're doing a dine-in concept, which is actually the only one in Michigan right now.
Cool.
So that's really exciting. Whereas, you know, you order from your seat, you
Yeah.
get food and drinks, and it's before the movie and then during the movie as well. But yeah, and we're gonna have our kitchen area set up over here. We're gonna have another bar and bathrooms and everything. We have a lot of work to do up here.
Yeah, why don't you show me around? So we're up in this area here now. When they come in upstairs, you said there's going to be an elevator kind of take them from the main floor. Describe that and where it's going to bring us.
Sure. Well, so aside from the stairs will also, you know, be the way up, then we're also going to have an elevator that will make us ADA compliant, so we can be as inclusive as possible.
Absolutely.
And this will be our sort of lobby waiting area for the movies to be starting. We're going to have a bar here because, you know, who wants to stand and wait without a drink in their hand?
Yeah, that's a good, right off the elevator to the bar.
Yeah.
And I see you kind of have like blue marks on the floor. This is kind of your layout, what you're hoping to do with the theaters. Yeah.
I mean, so it was for us to sit, and so I have personally sat in what will be every seat to make sure that, you know, how many seats we want to do, that the screen is at a good place, nobody's head will be in the way.
Yeah.
So we, you know, had
There's
to lay
a
it out.
lot of thought that has gone into this, I've noticed, that people don't think about really when they come to have a good experience at a theater like this.
Yeah, and it's important to Josh and I to have, you know, the best sound quality,
Yes.
the best projections. And so, yeah, we've been working on this for about a year, and this will be our first smaller screening room. We're going to have about a 30-seat space here.
Okay.
And this will be also available for rentals, and we're kind of making it so that people can have like birthday parties and, you know, office presentations
sure,
here. And this is going to be our projection room, so that both of the theaters will be separated by a wall for sound.
Okay.
And then here is going to be our main space, our biggest theater. It's going to have about 90 seats. And it will be a stadium seating, so the highest seat will be, you know, sort of up and going down. And we're keeping this beautiful old stage as much as we can, and we're gonna have a retractable screen so that we can do educational programming, Q&As, you know, seminars, fun things like that.
A large part of the Film Lab is not just to show movies. You guys have an educational element to this that is really important to you in terms of educating and giving a space for there to be interaction about film.
Right. So I think one of the important aspects to Josh and I is that it's related all back to community and the storytelling, but like connecting up people.
Mm-hmm. It's so cool. I'm so excited for you guys. You seem like you have such a great place here and such great ideas. How far away are you, would you say, on all this expansion of the Film Lab?
I think we're aiming for about a year and a half from now.
Like you said, it's a community, and I really feel like places like this are important. And with that, there's ways that the average moviegoer can help kind of see this thing come to fruition.
Yes, I mean, so we are in the middle of a big fundraising campaign, and we do have through our website, we do have a way to donate for anyone who's interested, and then also we are selling off, you know, particular objects and gifts,
Cool.
that which is, you know, a typical like fundraising thing.
Yeah, sure.
You know, like seats will be for sale, and you can get your name put on a seat
Right.
that says like your family gave, and
That's
stuff
cool.
like that.
Very cool, yeah.
So yeah, we have that all up on the website, which is thefilmlab.org.
Okay.
And so anybody who's interested, and memberships are also available on there, and that helps towards the fundraising goal.
As part of this isn't just, you know, I'm playing my guitar out in the street corner asking for change. People are throwing change into my hat. This is something that has legitimate backing because of you guys received a grant, actually.
Yeah. So
Tell me about
the Knight Foundation gave us a $100,000 grant, which was amazing.
Wow.
But it's a matching grant, which means to get their $100,000, we need to raise $100,000.
Got it.
And so that's amazing, because basically it means that everybody who gives $1, it means two.
Sure.
And that's the best way to explain it
Sure.
to people, is that everybody's dollar gets doubled.
And every dollar counts and
Every
gets you
dollar
towards that
counts.
goal.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so cool. And I think, again, it's worth it to bring something like this. Like you said, there's nothing else really like this in Michigan, let alone Detroit. I mean, this
Right,
is
right.
a unique thing that you guys are doing. So, again, best of
Thanks.
luck with it
Thank
all.
you.
Yeah.